Turns out that you guys really like it when I explain study tips using economics, and yapping about economics is something that I can do all day. So today I'm going to talk about Gary Becker's human capital theory and why revision is an investment in yourself. So Gary Becker was an American economist who did a lot of work towards bridging that gap between economics and sociology. So applying economic concepts to things like education, to things like crime, discrimination. In his human capital theory, his core claim is basically that education, skills, training is essentially analogous to physical capital, investment in machinery, in premises, in investing in an asset. Why is that though? Because it raises a person's future productivity, what they can do in the future, how effective their work is going to be. Now, imagine revision is your investment in your own human capital, as in the more work you do now, the more you learn, the more skills you gain, and the more productive you're going to be in the future. If I extract the word productive from that sentence, because it may not make total sense if you haven't studied economics, basically how effective the work that you do in the future is going to be. If you study now, you develop more skills, you open more doors for yourself, you open up more opportunities for your future self. You will have more job opportunities, as in you will have those skills through the knowledge that you have gained that you can apply to a variety of different settings. Even if you have decided you're never going to be a translator who needs to use French, you develop these transferable skills at school. And getting high grades in subjects that aren't necessarily relevant to a job is sort of a signal to an employer, even if you don't need a French GCSE to be a chemical engineer. But it's not just about the type of work you can do, it's about how well it pays, the job security, your ability to switch between careers. And you might think, oh my goodness, I cannot be bothered with that. Yeah, Gary Becker recognised this. So human capital investment is very heavily front-loaded. As in, it's front-loaded in costs. It requires a lot of effort and investment now, especially if you're thinking from a government perspective, but thinking from your own individual perspective. It's a lot of effort right now, but it's backloaded in benefits. Have you ever heard somebody say, do something now that your future self will thank you for? This is why people tend to value their present happiness and joy more than they do their future happiness and prosperity. And basically, Gary Becker said that this is one of the main reasons that people do not invest in both their own education, the reason that governments do not invest in the education of their society, because they do not see the immediate positive impact, or at least the immediate positive impact isn't as great as the positive impact that they will see into the future.